Welcome back to Peace, Love and Tarot. This reading is for Gemini, Sun, Moon and Rising, and it's the weekly reading for the week of August 26th to September the 1st. So the cards that we have here for you this week, Gemini, we have Priestess, a Oracle answer card. We have energies leaving, completing or transitioning. We have the Five of Wands clarified with the Empress. Focus energies this week, we have the Queen of Wands clarified with the Four of Wands. And coming in towards the end of the week, we have the Knight of Wands clarified with the Five of Crystals. So Gemini, I'm just trying a new spread this week, so let's see how that goes. So your Oracle card here, Priestess. How are you being called to step up and lead? So this week, I can see the transition happening here in the cards is all about asking you to lead the situations in your life that are unfolding from a place of, personal power, from an empowered place, from a place that where you're tuning into your intuition, your deep inner wisdom and knowledge, and leading from that place rather than a place where you might be, engaging in, the sort of argumentative behaviors for others, or leading from a place that's, a place of reacting to others in the situation, that kind of thing. You're really being called to step into your deep personal power and lead from that intuitive, wise, informed place rather than reacting to situations. So let's see how that unfolds. So energies leaving, completing or transitioning. We have the Five of Wands clarified with the Empress. So Five of Wands, as many of you may know, five can be a number of conflict. It's also a number of change. So I feel like some of you are transitioning out of a situation that did cause you some kind of stress or tension or strife. It could be competition in the workplace, could be competitive elements in a friendship. Those kind of situations where you can't really relax and be yourself because it's almost like somebody is trying to encroach on your territory, somebody is trying to undermine you, that sort of energy there. Now, clarified with the Empress here, this is where the change aspect of number 5 comes in. The Empress really has come in to really give you a strong sense of shifting out of this energy. The Empress is calling on you to really move into that Priestess energy, to step up and lead from a place that is, much more connected with your intuitive center. And the Empress is all about, bringing about change into your life. So the Empress is the promise of change. So what she's saying in this situation is if you can put down those, wands of battle, I can promise you real growth, real change, situations that aren't competitive and argumentative. I can promise you something much better. That's what the Empress energy is all about. So focus energies this week, we have the Queen of Wands clarified with the Four of Wands. So it really looks like, this is where the Priestess energy is coming in. You're really sort of coming in and stepping up and leading from a place of empowerment, rather than a place of, reacting and racketing on other, getting triggered by other people. So the Queen of Wands, she's Queen energy, so she's all about being grounded, mature, compassionate, and stable. And the Queen of Wands is somebody who, can call the shots in her world from a very clear, calm, and stable place without having to engage in this kind of behavior. She's sort of risen above that. She knows that it's not the place to resolve anything. It's not the place to get anything done. So you're really moving from that place of being in the battle this week, Gemini, to almost like, leading, I want to say leading the battle, but you are moving into a place where you can oversee and orchestrate from a position of personal power, leading like a real empress, rather than being down here in the trenches, being down here in the battle, which blinds you to seeing, what the best way to move forward and to resolve things in your life is anyway. And the Queen of Wands we have clarified with the Four of Wands. So the Four of Wands is all about, stability. And what it says to me is that by moving into that Queen of Wands energy, from leading from a place that's more intuitive and wise and knowing, that's when real stability comes into your life and things start manifesting in a really positive direction. The Four of Wands can talk about that sort of celebratory energy, happy home, stable life, that kind of thing. And it also, if you know the Rider version of this card, it has the two wands at either side of this beautiful scene where people are celebrating in front of a lovely house. So it almost has that kind of element of synchronicity around it with the 11-11 formation. And the Queen of Wands happens to be an opportunist who knows how to tune into her instincts and step up and lead from an intuitive, compassionate place, just like the priestess, to manifest what she desires, to bring things that she might be, her intention into reality. So that's what I'm seeing here. Someone, really stepping into a more powerful position that you can actually manifest true opportunity into your life, because that's never going to happen from, that Five of Wands energy, which is all about being stuck in the competition, stuck in the argument, stuck in the work squabbles, stuck in the, political issues that are going on at work. It's a general reading, so you'll know what that means for you, but what we really want to do is move into this energy here. So coming in towards the end of the week, Gemini, we have the Knight of Wands that came out with the Five of Swords. So I think there is a possibility that towards the end of the week, this kind of Five of Swords situation, this, argument that you might have been going through in a relationship, toxic friendship, a situation at work, it could actually sort of rear its head again. But I really think that under that Knight of Wands energy there, you are going to choose to, grab your wand of power, step up and lead from a better place, and actually remove yourself from the situation. And I think that really is the key for you being left holding a sword of victory and self-empowerment than a sword of, having won the battle, because that Five of Swords can be a card of victory, but it's a victory that comes at a cost. So, that kind of cost could be, fighting it till the end to make sure that you have the last say, and really damaging like those working relationships, or creating permanent damage in a personal relationship or friendship. So really you need to know when to put down the sword, right? It's not about, really beating your opponent until they just can't sort of converse with you anymore. But I think under that Knight of Wands, this is you realizing that the way to move through it is to, turn that sword of battle into a wand of power and step away from it, really leading from a much more mature standpoint. Now the Five of Crystals, clarifying that, is equivalent to the Five of Pentacles in the Rider deck. So this card here, can be about seeing the bigger picture leads to change, right? So in the Rider version of this card, there's two people, then they're passing a church, but they're cold and homeless and they're without shoes, and they're so caught up in their own sense of misery that they don't see the refuge behind them that has everything that they need should they have seen it, but they didn't see the forest for the trees. They didn't see the refuge because they were too caught up in the battle. So this is the real warning that I'm seeing here towards the end of the week, is make sure you don't get caught up in drama. You don't get caught up in toxic negative situations, because that's going to stop you from being able to see the big picture. And it's through seeing the bigger picture, from getting that perspective, from being able to stand back, that's when we can actually see how to transform and change a situation. But if you're leading from the place of a priestess energy, from a Queen of Wands energy, that's where, through connecting with your intuition and seeing a situation for exactly what it is, having that clarity, that's when you'll be able to overcome this energy and truly turn that conflict energy into change that's going to allow this Empress energy to start unfolding the opportunities that are waiting to come in for you. And that's what I have for you, Gemini. I hope you enjoyed the reading and it resonated for some of you. Keep in mind it is a general reading. It won't resonate for every Gemini out there. And I'll see you next week for another reading.